So welcome to live broadcast from Stagwell Beach. And this is actually a really interesting conversation we're going to have now, Nils. My name is John. I'm from Forsman. I'm head of product in Sweden. And Nils, you are the CMO of Visit Sweden.
Yeah, I'm the CMO of Visit Sweden. Thanks.
Yes, and we have had a pretty long relationship now as an agency and client, and it's been, you know, a very deep creative partnership that's been built around how we use creativity to create effectiveness for you.
Yes.
So our team has been working very close for you over the years, and always focused on bringing the kind of ideas that you think will, you know, spark that conversation. Can you tell us about the partnership and about how you see the creativity can help you when it comes to pushing our brand?
Yeah, for our sort of brand and who we are, we have it sort of in our brand identity that we need to sort of stand out a bit. So I think just using creativity to sort of deliver what the destination Sweden has to offer is a great part of what we do. And we actually did, I remember, I think it was back in 2015, we did sort of a mood board looking at sort of the industry at large. And we saw that everyone looked the same, because in the travel and destination marketing industry, it looks the same. It's getting better nowadays. But we looked at that and we thought we need to stand out, but it also has to do on how we work with the budgets we have, etc. And on the huge market that we are from US to China, we need to do things that stand out in order to get the reach that we want. But it also tells something about who we are as a destination as well. So that's sort of, it's linked together, and that's something that we have developed over the years with the team at Forsman. Because we can't just work with creativity, we also need to create effect in the end. So that has been a long journey to figure that out together and build the trust in that relationship in order to sort of always get better at it and finding new ideas on how to do that and measure it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about like taking the steps like from creative campaign to creative campaign over the years, and kind of thinking about that when that idea around hijacking Airbnb as a platform to put Sweden as a destination, to market that on a platform where you know that there's a lot of potential travels that are going to be there for searching. And also thinking about when you were hijacking IKEA, the names of IKEA products, helping people to realize that those names actually mean beautiful locations in Sweden. How do you see that, talking about Switzerland and talking about like upcoming campaigns, how do you see that you can tap into more conversations or own more surfaces when it comes to mental availability in that category?
I think, and I think that's the hard part for us in the creative team at Forsman to find those conversations and also insights on how to tell the story about Sweden as a destination, but also tap into something that someone outside of Sweden finds interesting, and especially across different global markets to find them interesting. So that's always something that we're looking for, but we always try to do it with sort of a twinkle in the eye, but also in a way to tell the story about Sweden as a destination. If we go back to Sweden on Airbnb, for example, we have a thing called the freedom to roam in Sweden. And back then, Airbnb was sort of on the rise, so just putting the entire Sweden on Airbnb, because you can room freely, you can stay overnight. That was something that sort of stood out, and also in our offer, so it's made sense. When it comes to IKEA, it was also something that was on talk shows, Ellen DeGeneres, Jimmy Fallon, etc. So it was something that people and media across our markets were talking about already. And then we come in with an explanation and actually said that sort of we're reclaiming that. We're taking them back from IKEA and also telling the stories about fantastic destinations in Sweden that you can visit. So I think that's the beauty of it, and that's what we try to find now in upcoming ideas as well.
Yeah. And Switzerland it's kind of a similar thing. It's also there's a backstory on why Switzerland and Sweden is being sort of mixed up all the time.
Yeah, and that was actually from our new sort of a concept of something to frame our marketing in, which we call destination of different nature. And then we worked with luxury of a different nature. So we want to sort of put that in contrast to something. And then we had this sort of the mix-up of Sweden and Switzerland, where Switzerland might be standing for a bit more of traditional luxury in a sense, where we, Sweden has something that's, another type of, a different type of luxury. So that was the idea of it. And it actually sparked a huge engagement from South Korea, Australia, over to the US and South America, this conversation, because everyone is mixing up Sweden and Switzerland all the time. It sounds the same in many countries.
Okay, so actually we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
just of course, being in Cannes is so much about finding new inspiration and looking at new types of ideas and not just looking in your own category.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great way to connect over work that's not just ours.
Yeah.
but to actually be inspired. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.